Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. We did. We had lots going on. Beautiful weather. Absolutely gorgeous. Not humid, but we are having this crazy, I understand it's poplar. I don't really know what that means, but it looks like snow. It's not snow. It's little fluffy white, kind of like a giant dandelion is being blown all around the yard. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And other than that, oh, it says we're live. Okay, cool. Good job. Hey, Susan. So really, my lawn is like fluffy. My pool cover is covered. You think you can go outside and then all this stuff is in your face. It's kind of weird. I'm waiting. It's going to rain on Wednesday and I'm hoping it washes everything away and we can start again. That and yellow from the pine, yellow pollen from pine. If you are not experiencing that, it is crazy here. Thank goodness I'm not susceptible to it. So I'm not sneezing, and I am sneezing a little, but I don't have allergies. I can't imagine someone who really is sensitive because it's pretty intense this year. So anywho, that was where we're starting. A couple news tips. Inspire. The Scrapbooking Club is now closed for enrollment. So all of you lucky Inspire members, you got in. It's now closed. It will open again, but not right away. I want to enjoy the people that are here and Inspire, and we're going to work together. Yeah, see, Susan, you've got a bunch too. Yeah, I think it's just that time of year. Pollen is crazy. So Inspire's closed. That doesn't mean that you can't still get simples. You can definitely still get simples, and they are in the store. You just don't get the ones that Inspire people do. So if you want to know where they are, if you're looking for simples, or if you're wondering what is she talking about, simples are SVGs that make scrapbooking so much easier. We have this long conversation today in our Inspire group talking about, do you find that the Cricut and the technology makes it easier or harder? And I think that if you are struggling with Cricut, but you can do the basics, and I did a video over the weekend, it's in YouTube. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel, which you can find at karamiller.com. You can click on YouTube. About how to upload, so how to go to the store, buy an SVG, bring it into Design Space and cut it out. If you can do that, which literally requires maybe knowing 3 terms in Design Space, and then all you're going to do is take your simple. This is what it is. They're all different, but here's the one we're working with tonight. There's a simple, which is basically your photo mats and your planned sketch for your photos. Your shadow layer, which gives you double mounted photos. And that's it. So if you can go ahead and cut those out, then you're ready to put your layout together and play with it. Tonight, so anywho, go check that out. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm quick to, well, I try to be quick. I will respond if you have any questions, and I will, if it's something I can't explain in words, I will make you a video and show it to you, okay? I want you to scrapbook, and I want to make it simple. It really is easy. 2 more news items about me. I did resign from Stampin' Up! Because, not because I don't like Stampin' Up!, but because I had to make a choice. And Close to My Heart has way more scrapbooking options. They have albums, they have layouts, and I am someone who needs the matchy world. I need my cardstock to match my ink to match, yeah, I do. So I don't want to go running around and say, well, what red is that? So I am back with Close to My Heart, or I will be the middle of the month. It takes a little bit for it all to happen. But anywho, enough about me. Let's talk about this layout tonight. So I'm going to bring you into, so that I can show you where to find it. You are now at karamiller.com. Let me take that off the screen so it's not in your way. And you're going to click on right here where it says Using the Scrapbook Simple. And it's going to bring you into the store. The one that I'm working with tonight is right here. It's free tonight. It's not free forever. So if you want it free, grab it. Those of you inspired, it's not in your Inspire group. What do? You add it to the bag, you check out, there's no money involved. You have to give your email because that's how you get the file. That's it. And then you get the file. You save it to your computer. That's the trickiest part. Where did I save it to? And then you open up Cricut Design Space, and you're going to click on upload and bring it on in. Okay? It's really that easy. All right, so here's what we got. This is what the layout looks like when you bring it in. We're going to do a little something to it. But first I want to show you, I'm going to bring you down here. I cut this out already. Let me move these out of the way. This is what you see on the screen. This is what it looks like, okay? So you have this and this, and then you have this sweet little frame that says Class of 2022, and it fits right on this 3x4 space, okay? This is what you cut out. I would recommend that you do it in school colors, whatever they may be, and go ahead and do your layout. Now, we're talking about borders this week, and this is indeed a border. I could cut a couple of these if I wanted, but what if you're somebody who thinks, I really want it to go all the way across? Now, I'm going to pop this on here for a second so that you can see, maybe. I want you to see, this doesn't, because remember, Cricut can only cut 11.49. That's the size that Cricut cuts. It can't cut a full 12, right? So there's no way you can cut a full border unless you get 12 by 24 paper and you use the giant mat. Sometimes you can talk Cricut into doing it on a diagonal. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to show you a way that's just really super simple because, you know, that's what we're all about here. So let me pop this on here. The cool thing about this, when you cut this, you'll also end up with these little pieces that pop out. So you'll have 3 more caps. If you wanted to use them on something else, you'll have them. So this is one way, all right? Now you can see it doesn't go all the way. There's a 1/4 of an inch on either side. I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. But if this is going to keep you awake at night and you're going to twitch because it's not all the way to the end, let me show you how you can fix that, all right? So let's go into Design Space. Here's your SVG that you just downloaded and brought into Design Space. We're going to click on this and we're going to ungroup it, okay? I'm going to take this and this, and I'm going to turn off these other ones for right now because I don't want to get confused by them. All right, so I just want the border. I'm going to select both of those, and I'm going to align them and center them so they come out where they should be. Hey, Deb. Okay, and I'm going to group them. All right. Now, I'm going to bring this over here so you can see it. I'm going to change this to 6 inches, exactly 6 inches. All right, the width. I'm not going to touch the height. I'm going to leave it alone. You notice it's going to get a little shorter. And I am going to duplicate it. Now, I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to flip it horizontally. So you can see now that these guys line up perfect. You might be tempted to weld them. Nope, I don't want to weld them. I want to cut them out just the way they are. I'm going to say make it, and I'm going to send it to Cricut, and we're going to cut it out on the mat. That's my shadow layer, and this is the top layer, okay? All right, so we're going to continue, and I'm going to bring you over here for a minute. I'm going to grab myself a mat. Notice this is a light blue mat. I am a light blue Cricut mat all day, all the time. If you are a paper crafter, it will change the way things cut for you. I know it seems silly, but it really does work better. Years ago, when Cricut came out with the light blue and the green and the purple, and I thought, oh, great. Now they're just trying to sell me something. But it truly makes a difference. It really does. Remember, Cricut mats no longer need to have I have to talk and do this at the same time. Hold on. You don't take the adhesive off and then re-sticky it. You don't. These are not actually real Cricuts. They're an off-brand from Amazon, and I use these all the time, and I love them. I'll put the link below later which ones I did, but they're great, and they're nowhere near as expensive. And I've been using this one particular mat, a couple of months, and you never know. And I haven't washed it. I haven't done anything with it. The other reason that it works so well is I use a quality cardstock, and that does make a difference. It doesn't leave a lot of residue behind me. This is a close to my heart cardstock, and I did use Stampin' Up! As well. The reason I ended up leaving Stampin' Up! Has nothing to do with the quality of their product. I love it. They put their 12 by 12 cardstock in color collections, in color families. So you can't buy just one pack of a solid color, which makes it hard if you're trying to do layouts. That's one of my main reasons. The other one is they don't have a black, and I like both of those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. This is going to be the shadow layer of those two. Remember, I duplicated the border, right? This is a way to help you get a full 12 by 12. You're tricking Cricut just a little. Come on, you can do it, buddy. It's coming. Okay, that's the shadow layer. And now I'm going to cut out the top layer. Remember, when you go to take things off your mat, you're going to flip the mat over and take the mat off your paper, not the other way around. Okay, and then we're going to go with our next layer. Notice I'm using paper that I've used before because I don't need a lot. If you didn't see this in the store and you've got a graduate, you should go check that out. This is the SVG. It lets you, whoops, gonna get covered right up. It lets you do your graduation cap in colors. It looks great behind your photo layout, behind any Simple. They're cool. And then the tassel is an add-on too. This tassel is there. There is an SVG for that. Okay, now this is not what the SVG is. This is the SVG that you're going to work with, remember? I ungrouped it. I took just the shadow and the top layer of the border. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. I took just the border part, the shadow in the top layer, made it 6 inches wide, and duplicated it. So now we're going to do a little tricky in here to make this do what we want it to do. Again, mat away from the paper. Now these are kind of delicate, so be careful taking them off. Whoops, okay. There's that. Get all those little inside pieces out. Come on, you can do it. And then this is gonna go right here like this, right? Can you see that okay? there's one. And here's two. Whoops. You have to make sure that you have them on the right side or they don't fit. And now my border is a full 12 inches across. And I can trick my Cricut into doing what I want. So instead of this border, let's take this one off. I'm going to bring this one in. This is a close to my heart 12 by 12 pattern paper, and they have these zip strips on the bottom. All of their paper has those. The zip strips make great borders, super simple borders. They coordinate with the paper, but not necessarily the paper that you're using. And you just have to line you up. And then you take that, and I save these. I put them in a in a drawer, and then I have them for when I need them. And then this is going to go like this. Now this will go all the way to the edge, and this one will also go all the way to the edge. And I have made my border fit all the way across. Now I could do that. I could cut 4 of them, and then I'd have a 2-page layout, and it could continue on. It wasn't tricky. It wasn't hard. You just have to remember that if you take the border, make it 6 inches, don't adjust your height, it will work out great. Sometimes, now I flipped it because they would have been going this way, and I didn't like the way they connected, okay? So I flipped it over, and now they connect. And unless you're gonna get super close, you're not gonna know where's that connection, right? So the connection is right here, but you are not gonna know that. And I could, if I wanted, I could overlap that just a whisker, and it would be even less able to be seen. Okay? All right, so let's go back up here. Come on, back out. Zoom away. Here we go. Now let's work on the rest of our layout. So, remember I said this was the simple. I'm going to take this, and I like a double layer. You don't have to. You could only do one of these if you wanted. If you wanted a larger border around your photo, but you didn't want a double mat, you could do that. You could cut just this one, and then your photo is going to have a much broader frame around it. Or you do it this way, and your photo has a more delicate frame. All right, I happen to like double matting, so all simples come with a double mat. Because you're doing it, it's not pre-cut, you are going to make them the way you want them to go. There's that. Now I'm going to, again, adhesive. This is why this is so easy. Simple. I'm going to pop this down, and I can just eyeball where it's going. I don't need to measure. I can see how much space do I have over here, how much do I have over there. Yep, that looks pretty good. I can use my fingers as my guide, and when I get it where I want it, just swoop it down, and now my layout's done. Done. Room for a title, and room to add my photos. Now you're thinking, okay, great, but now I've got to cut a 3x4 photo. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to print my photo in a 4x6, but the other part, I think equally exciting part of the simple system is are the tool templates right here. Now they don't look very impressive. They don't sing and dance, and they don't do a whole lot of exciting things. Well, they do, but they just kind of lay here. But when you put them in your hand, you take this and you put it over your photo so that you're going to get the part that you want. This is kind of a dark photo of Grace because the tree it's not a great photo. We're going to make it cool though. All right. So this is pre-kindergarten. This is not this year. You know, you got to work with what you got. They haven't graduated yet. So we're going to take this 3x4 and long bladed snips, and we are going to literally cut off the part we don't need. Now you may be thinking, horrors of horrors, you're cutting a photo. I am, because I have 87 million more on my phone, A. B, I could just print it again. This is not the old days. Now, if this is an heirloom photo that you only have one of, don't be cutting it up. Go get some copies made before, unless you're really sure. I don't want to be responsible for you cutting up the 1890 photo that you only have one of. You know, that might be horrible. So here's my 3x4, and this now fits right here in this space. All of the spaces and simples fit the spaces in the toolkit. There are 5. I think there's 5. You'd think I'd know. Different templates. They too are on this in the store, easy to find. Go check them out. Again, any questions, just ask. When I first came up with this idea, we didn't have the 3x4, and I have to tell you, it's one of my favorites now. I use it. It's just a great way to get the majority of your photo without all the extra stuff. Now, this is not a great group photo, but you know what? It's going to work. So we're going to take this one. And the reason the Simple has this version is because you're probably going to have a class photo, or you're going to have a photo of them walking somewhere that's going to go horizontal. If you don't ever have horizontal photos, then do it the other way. I'm going to move you over here. Then do your Simple this way, right? And use this for a title. If all you have is this one great photo, then don't crop it and use it here, and go ahead and use this for your title. You can still fit your border in. That's the beauty of this. It's not limiting to you. You can use it any way that it works for you. So this is going to go here. The only thing I have left to do is my journaling and my title. Whoops, I could do that in my Cricut if I wanted. Or again, this is something else we were talking about today. Does that just make your creativity shut down if you think, oh, I have to use the Cricut and I don't know how and I'm not that comfortable? Well, then don't use it. It's okay. Go ahead and use some stickers. Use some pre-done titles. Use a stamp set. You don't have to use Cricut for all of it. You can if it's your jam and you love it, then do it. But if it's not, then don't. It's your page and no one cares, right? It's all for you. Now, this was that extra little piece that we had, which again, this is kind of a dark photo, but it still highlights and frames Grace and makes this, even though it's the smaller photo, it makes it more important on the page. Now, I did do it out of white because I thought, oh, well, that would be better. But, however, it lays down on top of the white diploma and it doesn't show as well. So I could do this, I could do a part of each, but I'm going to go with this one because I'm not going to make myself crazy. And there is your layout. So it's super simple to take what you have in Design Space and turn it into yours. So let's go back and just look at it for 1 second. Come back here. What we did was, I'm going to upload. Oh, where are you? I realize she's not in here. It might not be here. This one. Right? So this is the way it comes in with this big border. We took it apart by ungroup, move you out of the way, select you, change. I'm going to group first so I don't get them all wiggly wongly. I'm going to make them 6 inches wide, and I'm ready to duplicate and do it. Okay? All right. Well, super fun. Let's get simpling. I love to see what you do with these. I really do. So share them. I clicked on the wrong thing. We're not staying tuned. We're actually here now. Sorry. I love to see how you work with these. I love to see what your layouts look like. So please share them. Post them in the Let's Scrapbook group. Post them on our page. Tag me if you post it somewhere. I'd love to see them. Okay, everybody, have a great week, and we will see you all soon. Oh, P.S. There are new simples popping in all this week. Some of the June ones popped up over the weekend. There are new ones coming throughout the week. So, happy scrapbooking. See you soon.